Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited to show you how to create your own Truecaller-like application using Python. And guess what? We are going to build a cool GUI with Tkinter that will make this app look like sleek and professional. So let's dive into it. So first thing first, we will start with the environment setup. And I am here in my PyCollar project folder. Here, I will just click right shift key of my keyboard and I will click right key of my mouse. And here you can see we are getting open PowerShell window here. I will click on this and here I will just write code space dot dot and I will hit enter. And it will open VS Code directly and I can go directly in my folder. You can see this PyCollar project. So here I will just right click and I will create a new file that is pycollar.py. So here you can see that my pycollar.py file is created. Now the first thing we have to install some necessary libraries. So in this project we are going to use tkinter. So first you have to install tkinter. If you have already installed, you can ignore that. Otherwise you can install here only, or else you can go to this PowerShell window and you can write here pip install tk. So you can see I have already installed tkinter, so that's why it is already coming as successfully installed. If it is not installed in your system, it will take some time for you to get it installed. The other library which you have to install is phone numbers. So for that also you can write pip install phone numbers. You can see here I have already installed this. Now we will start with the coding part and we will see one by one that how we can build this application. So first of all, we have to import necessary libraries. So I'm going to import all the necessary libraries. From PIL import image tk. PIL here is Python imaging library, which is used for handling images in Python. So if you get error while running this application, so you can install this PIL library as well if you have not already installed. The next thing, we will import phone numbers as ph, and then from phone numbers we will import necessary features. So here we have imported our necessary libraries. So first we have imported tkinter, which is used for creating the GUI in the Python, and PIL, which is used for that is Python imaging library, and it is used for handling images in Python. And phone numbers library we have imported for parsing and extracting the details from phone numbers. Now we will create one function. This function will get the phone number details. So we will define the function as def get phone number details, and inside that we will pass the input as phone number. So to handle the exception case we are using try, and then we will give the case as if not. So inside the try we will giving number. So we have defined one function that is get phone number details, and inside that we are giving phone number as input, and we are using try method that first try this, and if not then we will raise the exception, and then we will write it as if not. So here we have checked if the past number is valid using the phone number is valid function, and if it is not valid then we are returning the error as invalid phone number. We'll just make this text bigger. Now we are going to write the codes using which we will extract the detail about the phone numbers. So we are going to extract the various details such as time zones, carrier name, geographical locations, country code, and national numbers. So now next thing we are going to do that, determine the type of phone number. So to determine the type of phone number, we are going to use a dictionary to map the type of human readable string. So now whatever the value we will be getting from PS phone number type, for that key value, we will be displaying this value mapped with this key. So suppose if we are getting this is as fixed line, then we will be display the value as fixed line. So this dictionary will function as a key value pair. Now we will compile all the details in a dictionary and we will return it. So we are going to create one dictionary, that is details. And then we will return this details. So return details. So you can see here we have used try, and you can see here we are getting error in this line. So whenever we are using try, we have to put a except block as well. So for that, now here we are going to put except. So in case of the invalid number format, we will be getting invalid phone number, and if we are giving input as a string, so in that case number pass exception will be raised, and we will be getting error there as well. So we will see this all while running this code. So now you can see our function is ready and our code is also ready. So to test this code, we will be taking the phone number as input, and we will just check that whether our code is working or not. For that, let's take. So for that, let's create. So for that, let's take phone number as input. So I'm going to take phone number, and here I will take input, and that will prompt as enter the phone number. So now we will call this get phone number detail function, and the value we will store it in the details. Now we will display the value of this dictionary one by one. So now we will display the value of details which we have stored in the dictionary. So for that, we will write that if is instance details and dict, then in that case we will display the result, and result we will be taking every result we will be taking in a new line. So for that, we will just add this slash n, and here uh, slash n dot join, and inside that we will be using f string. So basically what we are doing, that we are just iterating through each item details dictionary. Here we have this details dictionary, and we are iterating through each items in this detailed dictionary, and we are just storing it in the result. So now we have written this code, and in that case we have used if. So now else condition we will use. So else result is equal to details. Now we will print this details. So let's run this code and test it. whether the functionality is working fine or not. If it works fine, then we will move ahead to make the GUI for this application. So here you can see that I'm getting the option to enter the phone number. I'll just enter any random phone number and we will check whether our code is working fine or not. So here you can see that it is showing me invalid phone number because I have not entered a 10-digit phone number, which is the pattern for India. I will just run this code again and again I will write a phone number. Now I will hit enter. Here you can see that I'm getting some error. So let me check what is this error. So the mistake which we have made is, you can see here, we have used parenthesis. We have to use curly braces here so that it will take actual key value pair. Otherwise it will just giving key and value. Now I have corrected this code. So let me run this again. Now again I will enter the same number and let's see whether it is working. So here you can see that we are getting the details which we have added in the details dictionary. So country code, it is giving national number. What is the national number for this given input, and number type is mobile, carrier is Idea, location is India, time zone it is giving Asia Calcutta. Suppose in case I am giving the input as a string, so in that case let me show you what it shows. I have given the input as a string. You can see here we are getting the error, the string supplied did not seem to be a phone number. So now we have tested our code and it is working fine. Now we will move ahead to add the GUI features in this code. So I'm just going to modify this code a bit, and what we will do that we will just create one more function, that is fetch detail. So here I will create the function as def fetch details, and inside that, because we are going to add GUI features, so in that case we will take the entry. So for that, in the tkinter we have to write it as entry.get, and then same we are calling this get phone number details function, and everything will be same. Just the last line we have to modify, this print result we have to remove, and here we have to add it as result. So we will take result level dot config. Now you can see that when we will create our GUI window and we will enable all the features in that, then this all warnings will be gone. Just bear with me till that time. So here what we have done, that we have created this fetch detail functions which will retrieves the phone number entered by the user, and it will fetch its detail using our previously defined function, which is get phone number details, and it will update the result level to display these details. Now we will just create the main window for our GUI. So create the main window in tkinter. We have to just write root equal to tk.tk, and this will create the main window of our GUI application. The next thing we will do, that we will just add the title of our application, phone number details. So for that we will just write it as root dot title, and inside that we will write it as phone number details. So here with this 2 line of code, we have just created the main window of our GUI application, and we have renamed it as and we have given the title of our window as phone number details. So now we will just start the main loop. So to start the main loop, we have to write it as root dot main loop, and we'll just call this main loop function, and when we will run this program, So you can see that we will be getting one window. You can see here we are getting one window. If I expand it, you can see the title of this is phone number details. But right now we are not having anything in our GUI. So what we will do that we will just add one input section here which will take the phone number, and we will give here text as enter phone number, and after that here we will add one button. That button will have get details, and when we will click on this button it will display the output here. Also we will be having one logo of our application that will be on the top of the screen, and we will place everything in the center of this screen, so that even if we expand this window we will be getting everything here, so that it should look professional. So now going to the next, we're going to center everything uh, of our application in the middle of the window. So irrespective of the screen size of your monitor of your or of your desktop, it will center every content in the middle of the screen. So here we are getting one error. So we have missed a single inverted comma which we are calling. Now we have to place the logo of our application. So for placing the logo, we will just create logo, and for that we will take image, and here we will be providing the path of our logo. So for that, like I can show you that I have already. You can also create a similar logo, and you can place the path of that logo which you have placed in your PC. So here I am in my folder where I have placed a logo, and I have created one basic logo, you can see, and you can create some better if you want, like you can spend time and create a better logo than this. I will just copy the path from here, and I will go to my code, and here I will just paste the path, and after that I will give the logo name as well. So to pass this path correctly, we have to add here R. Otherwise, like this slash u slash a slash o slash p and slash p can be passed differently. Like we are using slash n for adding the new lines in the code. Similarly, this slash u slash a slash o slash p might be used for some other features. So when we add this R, like it will pass this path as the path of the computer. Now next thing, like we have to resize our logo. So this line of code will just resize our logo into this size, that is length into breadth is 100 into 100, and this image dot anti alias will just it will apply the filter to the image before it resampled. Okay, so it will just resample to avoid the aliasing effects. Now we will add this logo to our GUI. So in this code, we have opened our logo, and we have resized it, we have loaded it, and we have placed it at the top of our window. Next, we will just create the widget and place it. We will be taking frame tk.frame, and that will be placing in the root, and after that frame dot pack, and value we will take as 20. The next thing we will do that we will create one label. So to enter the phone number, we will create the label, and inside that we will take the input. Then coming to the button design. So for the button, we will take it as button, and for the creating button in Tkinter, we will tk dot button, and in the button I will take it in the frame, and the text displayed on the button will be uh, get details. So this will be the button text, and what command it will do when we will click it. So it will call the function fetch details. Now coming to how it will look like. So button dot grid, it will be raw is equal to 1, and then column will be equal to 0. So you can do your own experiment on this row and column, like how you want to place it. And column span we will take as so column span we will take as 2. Pad X we will be taking as here also 10, and padding Y we will be taking as 10. So here we have created a frame to hold the widgets, and inside the frame we added a level and entry widget for the users to input the phone number, and a button to trigger the details fetch. Now the final thing which we will do, that we will create a level for displaying the results. So here in this code we created a label to the results of the phone number, look up and place it below the frame. Now what we will do, that we will just start the main event loop. So we had already written this root dot main loop. Now just we will cut it, and we will place this code here. And now let's run this code and see what is the result. So here we are getting the error as no such file or directory. So we have some error in our file name. So we can check that our file name is okay. So here instead of png we have given it as py. So that is one of the mistake. Now I will again run this project. So again our code has some bug. It is showing that tkinter file has no attribute as frame due to mean as frame. So here you can see that on line 30 line 81 we have, so we have to keep it as capital F. Now let's see if it is working. Yeah, here after removing the errors we can see that our code is working fine. And you can see here this logo is also coming, and after the logo this enter phone number and get details button is also there. So I will give just some string, and let's see what error it is giving. So here you can see that in the output we are getting that the string supply did not seem to be a phone number. Now let's give a random number and then see if it is working. Here missing or invalid default region. So this is not a correct phone number. Now I will give a correct phone number and we will see that whether it is working or not. Now let me click on the games. So here, yeah, Our application is working fine. You can see this country code 91, national number 7083. This is the number, and that mobile. This is a type of mobile, and this the time zone is Asia, Calcutta, carrier's idea, location India. Similarly, you can provide different numbers and you can check whether it is giving correct details or not. And you can add more features in it, like you can add some color and make it look beautiful. Now I will just expand it so you can see it, and we will just it is responsive as well. So uh, when we are expanding the size of window, the size of our widgets are getting automatically adjusted. So this is one of the cool Python mini project you can create in your college, or you can just create it for fun. And in our next video, I will show you that how you can create this code into executable file, so that like when you convert any .py file into .exe file, so that .exe file runs on any machine irrespective of whether the Python is installed in that machine or not. So in the next video, I will just show you that how you can create .exe file for any of the Python code, especially like if you have this GUI in your code, so that you can use that application across multiple devices or platform. So that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed and you like this project. So we will meet in next video and we will see that how you can create the exe file for this code. Thank you so much.